No house sells itself. It's got to stand out from the crowd.
This is the first thing that they're going to see.
Yeah.
But I hate the fact that that's not finished.
Today, 3 more sellers have the chance to check out each other's houses
Not so sure about the colour schemes.
as they try to sell their homes.
Okay.
It's too empty here and it's too plain.
There's 1 dodgy kitchen,
Could do with a clean.
2 lousy bathrooms,
I wouldn't feel clean coming out of this bathroom.
I think the whole thing needs to come out.
Grimy.
and 3 resistant homeowners.
I'm not getting rid of the wall. Don't say it.
But after snooping, they realise there's only one way to clinch a sale. Rip it out and build it back up. They have £1,000 to spend
Within our budget.
and only a week to do the work.
We're going to struggle. It's going to be a round-the-clock job from now on, I think.
So will any of them get an offer?
This is on the market at 195,000.
What? Didn't expect that.
Voted the best place in the UK to live, Bristol house prices are rising quicker than anywhere outside of London. So today's 3 homeowners are keen to take advantage and sell up. To help, I've lined up buyers Julia and Jocelyn.
There's an imminent move, isn't there? Why are you leaving your current property?
Well, we want to upgrade, really.
Okay.
We're living in a terraced house at the moment, and we're both musicians, amateur musicians, so we could make a little bit of noise once in a while.
Right.
And in a terraced house,
We've been in
it's
it for
not
10
ideal.
years as well now, and we kind of feel it's time to upgrade a bit.
Describe to me your wish list. How many bedrooms to start with?
3 bedrooms.
Kitchen's important to you?
Kitchen
or?
is very important to me, yeah.
Right.
I like a kitchen I can sit in and socialise in.
Okay.
Haven't got that at the moment. So.
Somewhere light, spacious. I'm quite big, so I don't want to wriggle into a little house at all.
Okay, so decent kitchen, 3 bedrooms,
Yeah.
somewhere to practice music.
Yeah.
All right, my darlings, well, shall we crack on and go and look at the
Let's
next
do
one?
it.
So for that perfect home and practice pad, Julia and Jocelyn have a budget of up to £250,000. I've got 3 sellers with properties perfect on paper, but all need sprucing up before the girls take a look. First up are security engineer Tom and his youngest daughter, shop assistant Becca, who have somewhat different approaches to styling.
My style is, you know, the TV, you've got a settee, a mat, carpet and...
Basically everything you need, don't matter what it looks like. Everything that I have mentioned to put in here, he has said no and gone an alternative and gone to whatever he wants. And he thinks that he can put weird stuff in here.
Tom's cleared out ready for sale, but Becca can see what's still left to do.
I can understand why people don't buy it. And they look at the bathroom and I think they just run.
It's pretty clean though, isn't it, really?
It's not. It's actually not nice.
but...
I wouldn't want a bath in there.
Me neither.
I think we need guidance and good advice to help us with this.
You certainly do. This unfinished end of terrace has the large kitchen buyer Jocelyn is after, but the dated bathroom is a real letdown. It's on the market for £190,000. Next up is Michelle, who works in project management, helped by her friend Sam, who's shifting the family home now her brood have left.
When I moved into the house, I thought it needed a bit more personality. So I've done quite a lot in each of the rooms. And it's been a really, really lovely, calming family house.
Calmed by beige, are you, Michelle?
The hallway needs looking at because, we know the carpet's too short there. Now it doesn't fit. And I love colours.
Me too. Shame there aren't any.
I think I'm really open-minded to just about anything, really. I've got a really nice square kitchen and I've got a reasonable sized dining room. Although it doesn't look like a dining room right now. I've considered taking the wall down, but it's just a very big room.
Think we'll come back to that one later. Michelle's family home is semi-detached, meaning fewer neighbours to complain if buyers Julia and Jocelyn want to practice their music. But the separate kitchen diner isn't what they're after, and the unfinished hallway gives a poor first impression. It's for sale at £195,000. And so to my final seller, sales manager Ian, who likes things just so.
I do like colour coordination, and I do like the variance of colour. It's very modern and minimalistic.
Yep, sleek lines everywhere. Well, almost everywhere.
The bathroom on the middle floor, that's not been touched in the whole 14 years that I've been here, and the bath has probably been here for another 6 years before that.
Long overdue a revamp then. Ian's bachelor pad townhouse has 4 bedrooms over 3 storeys, but it needs softening to give it a wider appeal. And the decades-old bathroom has to go. It's the most expensive of my 3 houses at £225,000. So that's my sellers. Now they all get to check out each other's houses to see what they're up against and take tips for their own places. First for inspection is Michelle's. This is a wonderful family home, but there are a few unfinished and unutilised areas that I worry could stifle the sale of this property. But the other sellers should learn a thing or two about a very well-presented kitchen and a warm, welcoming feel throughout. Arriving first is Ian.
Oh, wow. Nice and tidy. I'm not so sure about the colour schemes.
The carpet, I think don't match with the walls, is it?
Obviously, I'm going to finish off.
Next door, the kitchen is well presented, unlike Tom's.
This is about a quarter the size of our kitchen, and they've got the extra lounge area. It's small, and they've got a dining table.
They've made good use of this kitchen, though.
They have
because
made
they've
good use
put
of it, yeah.
a dining table in there, and you can pull that out.
But the dining room is a letdown.
Obviously, what it's used for is probably a summer room. That's not my taste.
It's a waste of space as it is now. I would have had the dining room, the actual table, so you could sit down comfortably and have your lunch. It's too empty here, and it's too plain.
Yeah.
Do you think it should...
If you had some furniture...
More
then
furniture,
maybe, yeah.
garden furniture here, yeah.
Upstairs, the bathroom is a bit dated, but it's right up Tom Street.
I think the tiling's beautiful, brilliant. Gold day is lovely.
I think ours just needs redoing. I think ours is more worse than this.
Glad I've got you, Becca.
There are some feminine touches. Definitely not my style. I'm not no interior designer, but that wallpaper doesn't go with those boxes.
But a feminine touch always helps. This house sits in the middle of the 3 at 195 grand.
195. Okay. Yeah.
195,000 is a good price for this house, yes. I would pay for that. Yeah.
One snoop done. Next on the list is Tom and Becca's.
Now, Tom isn't short on space here, but this sparse, half-finished decor doesn't do him any favours. It makes the house feel cold and shabby and, quite frankly, unloved. Now, with the help of his daughter Rebecca, he really needs to crack on and get this house finished if he wants to sell it.
Wow, I actually quite like the size of this room.
It's a good sized room.
Yeah.
See, big kitchens ain't so bad, are they?
Could do with a clean.
Clean would be good.
Seriously needs a new kitchen. And I haven't been upstairs yet.
No better up here, I'm afraid.
That is minute.
The fact they've got a corner bath in here.
Well, yeah, because I think you'd be hard pushed to get a full-size bath across there.
But this is the sort of bathroom that you'd have a shower in.
Your ceiling's not high enough to get a shower
Oh, God,
in.
no.
This is probably, so far, the worst room. If I can be blunt, I wouldn't feel clean coming out of this bathroom.
And that's from a man whose own bathroom hasn't seen a paintbrush in 20 years. In the bedrooms...
Just an empty room. Again, same as all the others up so far.
Actually, this room's not
nice
bad.
and bright.
Yeah.
Much brighter than here.
Finally something to like, but with an asking price of £190,000, it's not enough for the rivals.
That's surprised me because it probably needs about £20,000 spent on it.
190? You're kidding me.
It's only
You're joking.
190. You are joking.
No.
So the rivals agree. Tom's got his work cut out if he's going to get that asking price. The final look around is at Ian's bachelor pad.
Ian has worked really hard on his home, but it does feel rather bold and very masculine. It doesn't have that warm, cosy family home feel. The rival sellers, however, should take note of the immaculate presentation.
Wow, this is a really lovely kitchen.
I think it's well thought through, though, isn't it? It's
Well
all
designed,
matching.
well thought through.
Nice big size, isn't it? Actually, I mean, it's a really nice kitchen.
There you go again. Yours could be bigger too, you know.
It's quite modern-y compared to...
Ours.
Yeah.
Definitely, ours are quite plain.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, we've just had a black kitchen, we've got black carpet, black rug, grey sofa again, grey curtains.
Yep, there's at least 50 shades of it. But in the garden...
Nice sized garden, I quite like this. That's lovely, isn't it? So you've got your chimney, your patio heater, and another one up there. So they use the garden quite a lot.
Always a good thing, a well-kept garden.
It's similar size to ours, isn't it?
They got a quarterback like us, but theirs are quite modern.
Modern? Well, compared with yours, I suppose. On to the aptly named master suite.
You could have put more colour into it, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I agree, it could do with a bit more colour.
More something anyway, especially as this house is the most expensive at £225,000.
No way.
That's the area then.
But for a terraced house at 225?
Yeah, but it's the area.
Yeah.
Do you think that's worth its money?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Lost for words, Tom? I'm in Bristol, where 3 rival sellers are making over their homes ready for my buyers, amateur jazz musicians and long-term partners Jocelyn and Julia, to view.
Oh, I think we'd like somewhere where we can move into more or less straight away. We don't do projects very well, not unless we hire someone to do it.
The sellers have all had a nosy at each other's homes and been quick to spot their rivals' problems. But when it comes to their own places...
I still prefer mine.
After seeing the other two, I think ours needs
Some more colours.
more colour, more done to it.
I know I'm biased and I'm going to say it, but my house would sell all day, every day.
But it hasn't yet, has it? Seems complacency's creeping in all round. Time to get tough, starting with Michelle. The Snoop saw her go green-eyed over the sides of her rivals' kitchens. Now to show her how she can have the same. Have you noticed how we've positioned you in the middle? Because we're both going to gang up on you now.
I'm already open to changing the room.
Good.
I'm not getting rid of the wall. Don't say it. I'm not getting rid of that wall.
That's what I was about to say. Come on, Sam, back me up, back me up. It would make such a difference if you took that wall out and opened this space up, wouldn't it, Sam?
I said I wasn't going to say no to anything. No.
Just hear me out, OK? Hear me out and then tell me no. You take that wall down, you end where your washing machine is on the other side.
Yes.
You finish it there, so you just put another panel there. All you need to do is put a dining room table in here. It would flood the kitchen with more light. It would give you a designated dining room. Can you see the reasoning behind me?
If it can be done very carefully, very nicely, so you can't tell the difference, and it doesn't look like my kitchen just stops.
No.
You know, because that's what I'm a bit more concerned about.
Well, will you go with it? Get somebody in to quote for it. Will you at least do that for me?
Yes, okay.
The kitchen diner is Michelle's biggest challenge, but she also needs to work on first impressions. When an agent will bring a prospective buyer to the house, this is the first thing that they're going to see.
Yeah.
Now, I love the fact that it's a big staircase and you've got a lot of height in the ceiling, but I hate the fact that that's not finished. Now, I would look at that and I'd think, well, that's not finished. So what other parts of the house aren't finished?
I hate painting.
She's waiting for me to get round to it. And I said she had to wait till it started raining.
Which you might be all right in about an hour then. Get your overalls on.
Which is the only reason it's not finished.
Right.
It wasn't until the floor got done that I realised how short the carpet was.
Yes.
And I trip over it every time I walk through.
Get this carpet up. The carpet has to go.
Yes.
Colour-wise, see how you feel about this. Do the two-tone. I think the two-tone works. But look for
the lighter colours,
like the heathers, the plums, the lavenders. Keep that colour palette going throughout here because it would work really well, and keep your woodwork white.
Yeah.
I'd be very careful if you're going to go for big, strong colours. Great if it's your house and you want to stay in it and you want to live in it, but you've got to appeal to a big audience. Keep this all nice and white and fresh. Two-tone colour. Sort your carpet out. Done.
Okay.
I think she's warming to my suggestions. Final stop, the garden. I just thought I'd come out here and throw something else at you as well. It's mainly this area that I want to focus on. You could toy with the idea of maybe painting it quite a bright colour because the wall has seen better days, hasn't it? If you've got time. And then just lots of big, strong plants in lots of big, lovely, colourful pots. You need to sell the dream, don't you? You need people to think, oh, I shall come out of my open-plan kitchen diner onto my lovely terrace and have my breakfast.
This house has got so much going for it, but the thing that I think would make the biggest difference and make it really stand out from the crowd is knocking down that wall and creating a big open plan space. I'm just hoping that Sam is on my side and she can persuade her.
The wall was a bit of a surprise. The rest, not a problem. But the wall, yeah. We're going to discuss it.
And discuss it she does, with a local builder. And the quote for doing it is £800.
We just don't have enough. I don't have the difference to put with it.
You've got £1,000, Michelle.
So we thought, well, we better make sure that we do everything we can around the house. We've got quite a list of things that we're going to finish, tidy up, change.
So instead of my plan for creating an incredible kitchen diner, she's gone for a revamp of her son's bedroom. Next, I'm with Ian, who's feeling pretty cocky after the snoops. Down to me then to put him straight, starting with the macho decor.
So Ian,
Yes.
your bedroom.
Yes.
This is a fantastic space. It's beautiful. It's quite masculine though. I know you're a bloke, obviously.
Yeah. Not many people have been up here and had the pleasure of telling me that.
Oh, you're so manly. There aren't many feminine touches in here.
No.
You need to think about softening it gently.
Okay.
I wanted to show you, with a few accessories that I've brought with me today, how you can just inject a bit of warmth, yeah? Okay. Something you'll be up for?
Absolutely.
So let's start with the window. One of the things that I would suggest doing is maybe putting a Venetian blind in.
Right, okay.
Well, the other option is fabric. Now, you know, lots of people are frightened of net curtains because I think they feel that it's a bit old
60s,
lady and a bit...
70s, yeah.
Yes, exactly. But let me just show you, just by draping a few different bits of fabric, but instantly much lighter.
Yeah, I like it already.
Wallpaper. You don't want to go too girly up here. You need to keep it fairly neutral. This is a lovely, rich, gold and cream design. Big, bold pattern, but this will definitely take it.
Okay, yeah.
With a pattern that flows down. So you would literally just do the whole of that wall in one of these. But can you see how that's brightened it up straight away?
Yeah.
And then what you do is you get the agent to take more pictures.
Yes.
So when someone like me is looking, I don't see a dark, masculine bedroom. I see somewhere that I can come up, shut the door and escape the kids.
Ian's house could do with softening throughout, but a new bedroom will at least help buyers see what's possible elsewhere. Because I need him to spend most of his time and money in here.
I always think with bathrooms you need to make them universally appealing, and obviously you don't want to go all girly, but you don't want to make it look too masculine. So I'm banning you from anything black in here.
Right, yeah,
There's nothing black allowed in here.
Sorry.
At all. That bath definitely has to go. Get that out. Because it's quite a narrow space, I'm not sure whether you would get a standard conventional clawfoot bath in that space, but definitely get a new bath put in. All of this mosaic tiling needs to go.
It will come off.
I would go for a much lighter colour on the walls.
Absolutely.
I think because you've got a dark colour here, it tends to make a small room feel even smaller. One other thing that I would suggest as well is maybe thinking about a nice, big, opulent mirror.
Yeah.
Or make the room feel twice as big as it is. Big job, though.
I'm up for it. It needs to be done, so I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah. This could make somebody a wonderful family home, but first of all, it needs to be de-blokified and he has to attack that 20-year-old bathroom because that's the one area that I feel is really letting this property down. I'm wishing him lots of luck.
The vision that I had in my mind, Amanda's suggestions were pretty much on the same level, which tells me that obviously she's the expert and I must have good taste.
Just a shame you hide that good taste so well. But Ian does head straight out to buy a bath.
I'm hoping to get a freestanding bath with claw feet, but I'm limited to size because of the 1500 length that I've got. Well, so far I'm 3/4 of the way through the store and I haven't seen one yet that fits. Perfect.
Well, rub-a-dub-dub, he's found the right tub. But at 640 quid, there's not much left over.
That mirror would be absolutely perfect, but that's going to blow the budget.
time to reach a gentleman's agreement.
OK, so how much will you let me have that mirror for then, Andy?
For you, we'll let you have it for £100.
Wow. You've got yourself a deal.
Nice doing business.
Thank you.
My final visit today is at Tom and Becca's unfinished house. I'm pretty sure daughter Becca is up for change, now to work on Dad.
How are your painting and decorating skills?
You did my room, didn't you?
Yeah, but I hated doing it, really. Took ages.
But this is the thing, you see, this whole house, in my opinion, I'm kind of siding with you a bit here, Becca, is that it's quite stark. So what you need to do, because you've only got a limited amount of time and a limited budget, is create the illusion and give the impression, so make this room look incredible, so they can imagine what the other rooms are going to look like. What I feel this looks like is a bit of a canteen or an office kitchen. My advice would be, all of that, get it out. You don't need that shelving unit because you've got more units and storage in here than you actually need. So all of that, get out. Move the table back that way and put a cloth over it and create a real focal point and an area that, as a family, you could sit down and have your breakfast together. For me, I think an injection of colour would work really well.
Yeah.
What sort of colour? Where you go?
Should go green.
I think green would work really well in here, and I think that's the area that you need to focus on.
Tom seems overwhelmed, and I've got worse news in the bathroom.
I think the whole thing needs to come out.
Blimey.
What do you think about that?
I don't think it'd be that much extreme, really, but...
I think it does need to come out as well, because
20 years ago,
all the
since it was
tiles are all like old and dated, and it ain't comfortable at all, and you won't want to actually come in here and have a shower or have a bath.
I think you should keep it very plain and very simple. Just go for a neutral white suite. Then in terms of the walls, this kind of multicoloured effect I think works very well. These tiles you can pick up for around about 70-80 pence per tile.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at doing tiling, actually.
Yeah. When you're creating a multicoloured effect like this, it's always a good idea to break it up with lots of neutral tiles. So don't just do them all like this. So that effect along that wall and there, and then the rest, get this off and paint it white. Can you see it needs a change?
I do now, yeah. Finally.
Do you feel rather daunted by that, or do you think you can rise to the challenge?
Oh, I'm a bit daunted, but I reckon I can rise to change it.
Give it a go, yeah. And I think that's it. You know, we want to get this house sold for you, and I think in order to do that, you need to showcase a couple of the rooms.
Yeah, it needs to be done, yeah.
Yeah. I've tried to tackle the two main areas, the kitchen and the bathroom. I hope I've given them enough inspiration, but they only have 7 days and a lot to take on.
That needed to be said to kind of make us aware of all the changes that need to be made.
Yeah.
Now aware, Tom gets cracking, and though I shocked him with the scale of the task in the bathroom, it seems he's warming up to it.
Hopefully with this redesign, I'll be able to get this sold.
That's the idea.
The new bath, the panel, the tiles at the back, all white in here, it's going to be fabulous.
Here's hoping. Tom's also come up with an idea for knocking through into a cupboard in the hallway to add more space.
Go through here, we can gain that much. Because this cupboard's never been used. So it's never used, so why don't we make the bathroom that little bit bigger?
That is not going to be done in time.
Why don't we think about it tonight and make a decision tomorrow?
If you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, Becca, I'm with your dad on this one. In Bristol, my 3 rival homeowners are hard at work getting their places ready for my buyers, Julia and Jocelyn, to view.
But a lot of it is about the feel. You go walk into a place, and if it feels spacious and like your own private space, that'll go a long way.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
For Ian, it's all about softening his man pad and updating his bathroom. He's already blown the bulk of his budget on a bath, now to get the room ready for it.
Not even touched the surface yet, and I'm absolutely ready for bed.
No sleep till viewing day, especially as he's hit a snag.
A little bit of a stumbling block. I didn't realise these pipes were here, and of course, being a freestanding bath, The plan was that the tiles went all the way to the floor. So I'm going to have to maybe see if I can just get these boxed in at short notice.
Oh dear. And there's more bathroom action at Tom and Becca's, where they've already cleared their 20-year-old suite.
This is the moment of truth, ask and see what's going to happen.
Tom's won over daughter Becca with his plans to knock through into the hallway cupboard to create more space.
I'm really pleased. With this little bit of room, I can see the bath coming out and we can walk around. It's going to be a really good feature. Absolutely.
Becca may have backed down over the bathroom wall, but she's not trusting Dad with the design for the tiling.
Amanda gave us a guide on what colours to buy. We weren't able to get these type tiles, so we kind of done our own version of it.
Upstairs, Tom's drafted in extra help from handyman friend Abdul. But no sooner has he started than disaster strikes.
He's put his foot right through the ceiling. Oh, God. OK, come on, take your leg out quickly. You all right, you sure?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, a bit devastating now, really, because we've got to put a ceiling up as well. And we ain't got much time. Ah!
Michelle's decided knocking down her wall to make an open-plan kitchen diner would use too much of her budget, but she is taking my advice to create interest in the garden and is heading to the beach with Sam for inspiration.
We're trying to find some small pebbles, some shells, anything that we can actually put on the patio to make it effective.
More beach-like?
Yes. I've just found some seaweed. Ugh, I'm sinking. With like a spongy bits on it. It's a bit yucky, but it'll do as a bit of a prop.
Underwhelmed by the freebies, Michelle decides to part with some dosh.
£20. This one is. This one was £2, and this is £1.50. Within our budget.
Back at base, it's captain's orders from Sam, who's got her hubby helping her paint a nautical mural.
Can we have a nice smooth line across that?
Yes, dear.
Sand, when wet, is always perfectly smooth.
Yes, I know. The only other thing I did think was I was wondering whether that might still be a bit bright.
It's not quite the right colour. It's better for sky than it is for sea, but we'll get it to work.
Blimey, she'll have him walking the plank next. At Ian's man pad, he's drafted in help, with friend Sue hanging the wallpaper I suggested to soften the bedroom.
Yeah, pleased with the wallpaper, and it's certainly much warmer and it's much more girly.
Feminine, I think you'll find. Downstairs, the bathroom revamp has been handed to a handyman who's doing the tiling.
All underneath here, obviously when he took off the existing tiles, it just pulled all the plasterwork off as well, and basically back to the bare block work, so it was a lot more work involved.
Ian is planning to tile the walls and the floor, and he still needs to box in those pipes.
We're going to struggle. It's going to be a round-the-clock job from now on, I think, to get it anywhere near finished. Miles off, absolutely miles off.
Tom and Becca's bathroom revamp is running a bit more to plan. He's patched up the hole in the floor and the bath's gone in. And the cure for that unfinished and characterless kitchen? An injection of colour.
I don't mind this colour. It's quite nice because it's not so like bright and in your face. So I think it looked quite nice in a kitchen.
And Becca's given Dad strict instructions on the bathroom tiling.
Beige, red, white, green. Beige, red, white, green. It's difficult to get them in the right order every time. According to Becca's design on the floor. I've already put in a few wrong tiles.
Uh-oh, Becca won't be pleased. After giving herself more work getting rid of the red in her son's bedroom, Michelle is now letting friend Sam rouge up the very first place a buyer sees.
Well, it's going to make the hallway a much warmer feeling to it, rather than this rather sludgy colour that we're covering up. And it brings out the red from the carpet that's going up the stairs. Not bad. This is coming up a bit green because it's getting confused by that one. but that'll be quite nice.
The carpet is costing £455. And Sam's had another bright idea for the bedroom.
What stupid idea was it to put coving up anyway? Oh, damn.
Lightweight polyester coving is a good shortcut for adding character and costs as little as £1.50 a metre. But you will need a special mitre tool to make sure those angles match up.
Mind your finger.
All right, I'm seeing my finger.
Okay.
Now that's a new spin on cutting corners. Over at Ian's, the floor's been tiled and the pipes boxed in, but the bath still needs to be fitted.
See you on the right way round? Yep, this is up this end. We're in.
While the plumber connects the bath, Ian can fine-tune the bedroom.
I think I've actually managed to give it the more feminine feel, but I think I've still managed to creep in a few little sort of blokey touches.
Not sure pebbles and candles count as blokey, but at least they shouldn't put buyers off. The bathroom was well past its sell-by date. For just under £1,050, it's now light and modern, with a clawfoot bath and large mirror. Transforming a bathroom in 7 days is a mammoth task.
To be perfectly honest, because of the size of the bathroom, once I got the materials here and I got some good friends to help out, it was just a case of I trust them, they knew that what they were doing and they knew what had to be done, so it was all hands on deck really.
Yeah, just wonderful. It's really brought it into the sort of 21st century kicking and screaming, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The master suite that was boldly blokey now has a softer shade on the walls and some prettier decorative details.
Oh, it's lovely.
Thank you. This is the easy room.
Yeah, I mean, actually, relatively speaking, it was already wonderful, wasn't it? It was already a great space. But instantly, it's just slightly more feminine now. The wallpaper is beautiful. It's just softened everything, hasn't it? And the curtains look great. Do you feel more confident that this property will sell now you've made the changes?
Yeah, any prospective buyer that would have looked around it previously, that look at it now will think, and especially with the bathroom and this having a little bit more of the wow factor, which is what we aim to achieve.
It's wonderful, because this is such an asset, this room. It really is. I think you've done a brilliant job.
At Tom and Becca's end of terrace, Dad's finishing fixing the £162 worth of multicoloured tiles and is hoping for daughter's seal of approval.
Do you want to come up and see your designs? I hope I got them in the right order. Have a look.
Looks quite good.
I think it's quite cool, doesn't it? Different. I've never seen a bath
like job. I'm proud of my dad for doing what he's done.
Oh, thanks, Beck.
And Becca's kitchen paint job is almost done too.
We've improved it a lot more now. Even a lot of our relatives and friends have come round and took a little peep in and seen how much it's changed, and they said that it's worked.
By redecorating and dressing the kitchen, they've taken a stark space and made it more homely. And doing that in this room should help buyers imagine what the rest of the house could be.
It feels like a proper room now, whereas before it felt a bit like a office canteen or a student's house. Now it feels like a family kitchen. It's beautiful. Can you see now how this has helped to transform this room and how it will then help you to sell this property?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because any agent that would take this property on would take a photograph of this room, and this is something that most buyers would want to come in and look at.
The 20-year-old bathroom is now a thing of the past, and all for a total cost of £800, including the suite and tiles.
It's a massive difference. Because that bathroom before, 7 days ago, there's no way you'd have got me in here. But now, bright, fresh, vibrant, the tiles work to treat. Looking back at it now and looking at what you've achieved, you've got to be dead chuffed with yourself.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's just wonderful. It really, really is.
Michelle and friend Sam decided against my advice of opening up the downstairs and instead redecorated her son's red bedroom.
I think this one really was worth the effort we've put into it.
So no kitchen diner, but at least she's putting a table and chairs in that puzzling reception room.
I think the room will look really nice, all dressed as a dining room. For my purposes, it's going to be a room now that's not going to be used very often. But for other people, it might be a room that gets used all the time. But at least they can see one of the potentials of this room.
The entrance hall that had previously given a shabby welcome now gives a smart first impression. And with a new carpet running all the way to the end, it finally feels finished. This has been transformed. Completely and utterly different. Lovely choice of carpet. Did you go for the carpet first and then pick the colours around it?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I saw the carpet ages ago. So when we went to have a look and I showed Sam, I went, this is what I want you at. Yep. No discussion, totally agreed.
It's lovely. It sort of elongates the space, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kitchen-wise, we didn't knock through.
No.
Pourquoi?
No budget.
No, that wall is definitely still there. But at least the wasted sunroom has been given a purpose as a dining room. And Michelle did put her energies to good use, toning down her son's bedroom. I mean, I would have obviously loved to have seen the wall gone, but what you've done is you've enabled any buyer to come in and actually see that as a dining space now. Yes. So any agent will say, if you want to, the option is to take this wall down and create an open plan, which is what I will do. The patio outside the kitchen let the garden down. Now playful touches like the mural and new seating areas mean it's a much more attractive space for relaxing in. I was expecting a new table, a couple of plant plots. Look at this! Who's been in charge of the mural?
That was me.
Are you pleased?
Yeah, I'm delighted actually.
Brilliant.
The great thing about this is quirky, it's fun, it's memorable. People will leave this house now and think, oh, that's the one with the seaside patio.
Yeah.
Top of the class. Gold stars all round. I'm in Bristol, where my 3 rival sellers' homes are now pimped and prepped and ready for my buyers, Jocelyn and Julia, to view. After a week of hard work, Ian's pleased to be showing his new, softer side.
Every time I come in this room now, it actually gives me the wow factor. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, I should have done this long ago.
Tom and Becca have finished off parts of their house to show what can be done in the rest.
We could have done more if we had more time and more money, because it goes really quick when you're doing something up, but yeah, I think we've done well.
And Michelle's just happy to sit back and enjoy the results of all that hard work.
I think we have achieved, so much.
So now it's time for buyers Jocelyn and Julia to take a look. And first house is Tom and Becca's. So ladies, property number 1. This is the house that I want to show you. Initial impressions from the outside.
Well, compared to the other houses around here, I'm surprised it hasn't sold already, because it does look quite nice out here.
It looks very up together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
First impressions, yeah.
But this is an area we know. We've lived in this area before and moved away from it.
Yeah.
And,
so you're not sure whether you want to move back?
Yeah, we just...
Well, look, let's get inside it and see what you think.
Yeah.
Come on in. Downstairs, there's a reception room and the finely finished kitchen. Is this a good size?
Yeah, definitely ticks that box. It's nice and light. I like the fact that it's got 2 windows.
Yeah, I like the colour of the worktop, and it's really nice how it goes around the corner like that. But I like the shape of the room. That's really nice.
It's a nice space. It feels like a space, you know, spacious.
Upstairs, first stop is the now bold and modern bathroom. So here's your bathroom. Do you like a multicoloured tile?
I do, actually. I do like that tiling, yeah.
No, I don't like it.
You are chalk and cheese, aren't you?
Yeah.
Decent size? Big enough?
Yeah, definitely big enough, yeah.
It's nearly big enough, isn't it?
4 bedrooms offer these amateur musos plenty of space for all that jazz. So music room, this one would make a great one. You do get a lot for your money here. Price-wise, how much do you think it's on the market for?
I'm going to say 210.
190. Oh, so you would end up with a lot left over in your budget.
Yeah.
So they like the house, if not its location. Moving on to Michelle's semi. Initial impressions of the property itself, what do you think curb appeal-wise?
I think it looks great. It looks really up together. It's nice, open sort of feel to the area.
More quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet,
no, it's nice. The garden's nice.
Yeah, the
well,
garden is lovely, yeah.
So I guess we need to
quite
get inside and have a little look. I think it's a lovely property. Come and have a little look inside. So a tick for location this time, and inside, first impressions are now much more welcoming. What are your initial impressions of the interior?
Positive for me. I like it. I like this kind of entrance hall.
Decor-wise, would you change much?
I think probably I'd want to eventually, but no, I don't walk in and go, ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah. At the end of the hallway, that wasted reception room is now dressed as a decent dining area. So you have your kitchen and your dining room. Is it big enough do you like it?
I would be wanting to open this up, I think.
Yes, that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
You can take this down, and the current owner did have a quote for it.
Oh, right.
Somewhere in the region of £800 to £900 just to knock the wall down, make it that big, lovely open plan.
It is a funny sort of space at the moment. It's a bit of a wriggle through, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the layout is such that you could actually open it up easily, and I think that would be great.
Does it have a good feel to it?
Definitely.
Someone spotted something outside.
We've got the view out the kitchen window as well, which we have a partial view out of our kitchen, but it's a much nicer view, this one. And a willow tree thrown in as well.
Willow tree for nothing. Bye. Do you want to have a look outside?
Definitely.
Come and have a little look out this way. The grotty patio now has a beach theme. So come on out to your seaside patio.
Oh, it's really nice.
It's cute, isn't it?
So nice.
Yeah.
I think we might keep all the decor.
Do you like the seaside
beach
theme?
Yeah.
This is sounding really promising. Upstairs there are 3 bedrooms, including the son's bedroom Michelle decided to redecorate.
Is this the main bedroom?
This bedroom and the one next door, I would say, are a comparable size, so I'd be tempted to use this one as the master bedroom because it's at the back of the house.
It's quieter, isn't it? Yeah.
Good view.
Price-wise, should we talk price?
Okay. You go first.
215.
215, okay.
Yeah, 220.
You will be pleasantly surprised again. This is on the market at offers in excess of 195,000.
What? I didn't expect that.
It's a really nice house for that.
So are we very impressed?
I'm very...
Thumbs up?
Very impressed with it, yeah.
A positive response there. Let's see if my final rival Ian has done enough to compete. On the ground floor, Ian's manly minimalism has been left intact. From the ground floor, how is it feeling?
Good. Yes, I like the aspect of it coming in, and the light in here, definitely a big plus for me.
Decor-wise in this room?
It's not quite right for me. This I think it's the horizontal stripes that make the shape of the room a bit odd for me.
Seems a bit unnecessary, I mean.
Thumbs down for the downstairs decor. Has Ian given his bathroom a soft enough touch to win them back round?
I like it.
Yes, I could live with this, definitely. I mean, yeah, that clawfoot bath is quite distinctive, and they're not cheap either, are they?
Not cheap.
No, it works well, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
So we're moving in the right direction, and hopefully the master suite will seal the deal. What do you think?
Oh, this is posh.
See? Look.
But it's got that space, hasn't it? And it's got the light.
Do you like the decor? Because it is very different. This is much softer. And
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's completely transformed. It's totally different to the rest of the house.
So would you have this as your bedroom?
I would rather live in a room like this, to be honest, have it as a lounge.
Oh. This house has 3 further bedrooms and a high-end modern kitchen. Let's get on to the price.
Right, I'm going to go for 220.
Okay.
I'll go for 240 because I just noticed the view of the countryside.
Yeah, split the difference, 225.
Oh, right.
It's the most expensive of the 3.
Yeah.
But would still leave you 25 grand to play with. Lots to think about.
Yeah, excellent.
So, having seen all 3 houses, is there a chance of an offer for any of my rival sellers? We'll start with the white house with the checkered bathroom. The house itself you quite liked, didn't you?
I did. I liked the house, and I was surprised because I thought I knew that area, but that's a little oasis, that place. And that house was not quite a gem, but it was a very nice house inside that area.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it's on the market still.
But location-wise, just
no
good.
Not
I
for
could
us.
tell.
Yeah.
So we're out of there. So that leaves us with the 1940s house and the house with the loft extension. Both of them lovely properties.
Yeah, no doubt.
What did you like about the 1940s house, first of all?
I liked the light and space when you first stepped into it. It looked all very nice and up together as well at the front, so I was already feeling good about stepping inside it.
Loft extension. You surprised me because you didn't like that as much as I thought you would.
No. I think I was influenced by the exact location of it. So as soon as I went through the door, I had a little barrier to overcome, and I didn't get that when I first went in.
Yeah.
Perhaps just because of the
location.
decor.
So, are you going to go back and visit either of those 2?
I don't think we will.
No.
I think we'll take some ideas from the experience.
Good luck with it. Wherever this journey takes you, I do hope you're very happy in whatever your new home turns out to be. So no happy ending for Julia and Jocelyn yet, but there's plenty of reasons to be cheerful for my sellers, as after the improvements, all 3 have gone on to sell.
We went back to one of the previous guys who came to view it, and we told him what we'd done, and he was really pleased, and you know, he's bought it, and that's it. He just definitely wants it. He can't wait to move in.
I've got great news. I sold the house about 2 weeks ago. I got a little bit less than what I wanted, but I'm still happy. I got some really nice first-time buyers, and it's given me the opportunity to look for a place on my own.